dollar, though, is the best performing major currency this quarter, and some are saying it is also the most overvalued. Data has been compiled by Bloomberg and showed the Aussie is 27% too expensive, with economists saying they expect it to weaken by about 6% before the year's end. We're joined by Chris Gore from Go Markets in Melbourne. Jim Rondas is at Ausforex in Sydney. Carson Scott is also with me in studio this morning. Jim, let's kick off with you. Is the Aussie dollar overvalued, or would you agree with Juliana Rodet Comsec that the US dollar is probably undervalued?
Well, I think one problem I have with the term overvalued suggests that it's not, that the value of the Aussie dollar is not justified, and I don't think that's probably correct given the pure fundamental or economic outlook for the two economies. If you look at Australia compared to the US economy, and it's quite different. Obviously, Australian economy is operating almost at near full capacity, I guess, with unemployment levels near 5%, whereas the US obviously is a different picture with unemployment there close to 10%. So, based on pure economic fundamentals, I think the Aussie dollar current values are well justified.
You don't think the Aussie dollar is just at the mercy of feedback that's coming out of the United States? I think is the view of Chris Gore from Go Markets. But Jim, first you.
Well, no, obviously the Aussie's at risk of, I guess, another shock to the global system. But at this particular point in the cycle, I think what we've seen over the last few weeks is the Aussie dollar's been able to withstand any sort of negativity and continue to forge higher. I do think, though, having said that, we are running into some pretty critical resistance levels ahead of 95 cents. So I guess the pace of the gains could slow in coming weeks and months. Yeah,
Chris Gore, do you want to weigh in here at this point?
Yeah, certainly. Well, certainly from a technical perspective, the Aussie dollar is well overvalued. If we have a look at the relative strength index, we can see signs of an imminent reversal with the strength index recording levels around about the 70 on early this morning. We saw that just drop through the 70 levels. So from a technical perspective, yes. From a purchasing power perspective, as per the Bloomberg survey that was sent out, it seems pretty convincing to me as well. But once again, there's also an important to look at this US dollar weakness. This has been the primary theme in the last month, and this is